Hello and welcome to Flory Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got Tamiya's latest release. This is the actual Toyota 1/24 scale Gazoo Racing TS050 Hybrid. Or as I like to call it, it's like a Batmobile, isn't it? And that's the first thing I saw when I saw this thing. It literally looked like a Batmobile. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't expecting this kit. It came in, no idea about it, but actually I've fallen in love with it. As you can see, a very striking thing. And when you see the side view, it proper looks like a Batmobile. It's got these big old arches and wheels and everything else. And as pointed out to me by one of my members who's got it, this is actually available as an RC kit as well. So Tamiya really sort of ticking all the boxes. You can have an RC version of this, or you can have the smaller kit like this one. So a fantastic looking one. Okay, kit number for this one is 349. And a few things about the actual kit. You're not going to need many colours for it. Literally just saying black, pure white, semi or satin black, and gunmetal. So, you know, if you want to just go for it. So anyway, in the box we have fantastic looking screws. Got a little bit of chrome by the looks of it as well, and some other parts. We've got decals and all the usual suspects. Okay, let's pop that all down and out the way. So in the instructions, small little leaflet, two versions, looks like down in there we've got the car number 8 or 7 for obviously the teammates, just down in there like that. A little bit of information, usual thing about how to build a kit, and then obviously going through here, so we've got a mask set looks for it as well, so it's talking about those areas and various things. So you can see, basically starting with the actual monocoque, going down onto it, building up all these areas, as you can imagine, going through down in here. We've got the actual front arms being fitted down onto this one. We've got the pedals going in, all the various areas, colour call-outs right the way through, detailed obviously notes here on the actual steering wheel, and then the actual instrument panel and the areas being fitted down into this one, and then putting it all in. Seat belts and done as well. We checked to see if we've got harnesses, but it looks like we've got decals for harnesses right the way through, and as you can see, the system being fitted down in there, and then obviously air scoops being fitted on, and the rest of those front arms being fitted to the actual front of the car. More suspension system being fitted down in there. Then we've got the actual brakes and the calipers and various things being fitted down in. More aerodynamics being fitted right the way through. The actual front windscreen being put onto this one. And then obviously we've got a mask set for that as well, which is quite a nice touch. And then obviously fitting in all the other bits of aerodynamics and whatnots all over it. And then we've actually got the wheel hubs being fitted on. Then we're into transmission, things like that around the rear end. And then those being fitted through, and then all the gumps and everything being fitted to the rear part as well, and then that being fitted in. The actual underfloor for the actual tray system being fitted in there. Aerodynamics being fitted down onto that one right the way through, as you might imagine. Okay, and then basically we've got the floor plan being fitted to actual chassis, and the monocoque obviously going down on there as well, being fitted in. Okay, and it looks a bit weird without all the sort of fairings and the various things on there, and then obviously it's going to be going into that for all the fairings and aerodynamics. Looks like we've got some decals down here for carbon fibre as well. And then obviously all the various parts being fitted onto this one, rear wing, as you might imagine, and then this front headlight system, and then obviously it's talking about masking up, as you can see, about all of this one for doing those areas. Again, nice to see the detailed things talking through that mask system, those ones going through. Headlights being fitted, and obviously all the other parts being dropped down in this one. Wheels going on, looks like we've got decals on the tyres, never a fan of those. Okay, and then obviously the areas being fitted down, have door mirrors, all the usual bits and pieces in there like that. And then about painting and applying your decals. Pretty straightforward. Okay, usual thing, we've got the bump about the actual car for your decal placements and various things. As you can imagine, there's plenty of those going to be on this one. Okay, and a little bit of information about the team and the car itself. Okay, and then down in here, they do this funny way these days. Instead of stapling them, they sort of spot glue. And it's a little bit odd. Let's grab my knife for a minute, if we can try and get in this without destroying it totally, which is never going to be easy. I prefer the old staple ways, even though you did used to rip your hands apart. Okay, so we've got quite a few bits and pieces going down in here. Okay, so to start off with, if we just move a little bit closer, you can see we've got the actual various decals. Harnesses, we said, very nice actually, they don't look too bad at all. And the various things, usual thing with Tamiya, you catch it on the side view, they are quite thick. Okay, but obviously get yourself a good set of softeners into those, you'd have no problem at all. Then we've got the actual markings for the vehicle, for the car as well. Good, solid, strong colour. We do have a little bit of carbon fibre, we were saying down here before as well, so that's quite nice all the way through. We've got some decals for the tyres, we say, not a fan of. We've got some chrome parts as well for the mirror systems, so that's not too bad. And then again, which is very nice, so this one, it's a shame it's not die cut. It's always my little bugbear with these. It's just printed on kabui tape down on here, but we've got all the masks, so you are going to have to go around and cut all those out yourself, which again, it's my bugbear because, you know, again, AAA title, really guys, you should be cutting those out. And it's because I'm lazy. Okay, big thing that strikes me about this is the quality of the plastic. The plastic looks like it's been painted white, but it's not. It's just a high quality injection molded white plastic, but it's very, very nice. We haven't got that traditional webbing marks and various things you see in the injection molding, which again is quite something. If you didn't want to paint it, you could probably get away with it. I'm sure 99.5% of us will be painting it, but if you didn't, you could get away with it just like this. Again, good, strong colours, beautiful moulding, very complex moulding to get this shape. And again, just down here on the front end with those headlights and the various areas into it, it does look very, very nice indeed. Again, it's a real step up. Seen it on their last few models to have this type of thing. Then we got the clear parts. We won't even bother around bagging these because they will be crystal clear and very, very nice. Headlights are very nice. And also we've got some very nice piece of chrome work here. It doesn't look like, possibly is, perhaps it's polished on one side and not on the other, but it's obviously dipped chrome work down in there as well, so that's very nice indeed. Okay, so let's do some more white bits. Staples are back. Okay, right, so again, the thing is, when you look at this, you can see beautifully good, strong colour. That's the whole point of this. This white is lovely, very nicely done. So if we move down the bottom, you can see we've got the mirrors and lots of the parts down on here for the body. Very, very nicely done. Very cool. Very complex moulding angles and things like that, but it's pretty well nailed down. No problem with that. And on the blind side, again, very nice. Good, strong locating areas, things like that, all on this one. So that's very nice indeed. Okay, so in here we've got the wheels and all the running gear and various things. So again, typical Tamiya, very nice, very little burring as well on any of the sprues, which is very nice indeed to see. So working down in here, we've got the wheels, looking very nice indeed, and then obviously all the various things with the engines, which are marked as well, the seats, actually on the arms, very, very nicely moulded, and then up here at the top end, with all the pedals and all the parts. That's looking very, very nice to see that one. And on the blind side again, all looking very good. The ejector pins as well, I often have a bugbear with Tamiya with ejector pins. At least they're all very shallow and seem to be tucked out of the way as well. So there's your floor. Good level of detail right the way through. All these areas looking very nice indeed. So again, checking out the floor, you can see these parts. Very, very nicely done. Again, beautiful moulding with the swooping lines of this particular one right the way over. And then down in there with the actual front splitter, and then obviously the rear fin. Again, very, very nice. No problems with any of that. And then last up, as always, will be the tyres, which are always my bugbear because Tamiya tyres always seem to be a little let down. If you ever have a look at one of my Ebro kits, I'll link it at the end of this video against Ebro, and the way they do their tyres are so beautifully done. But we have got a centre seam running through the middle, we've got no printing on the outside of the tyres, and it's something Ebro just absolutely nails. And again, you've got little nick marks inside as well where you need to clean these up to get these to fit on very nicely. They're just a little bit clunky and oldie worldy against other manufacturers, and I think Ebro seem to stand out with me because they are literally that good. The centre seam isn't too bad on certain types. This one looks a lot worse than this one, to be honest, but it has got a seam running down there, so you are going to have to sand those out, get yourself out a sanding stick and give them a rub and give some wear into the tyres, and away you go. and that is it. Again, sometimes we get cars that come out which just look cool and you want to go and build it. This is definitely one of them because I absolutely love the styling of it. It's that sort of Le Mans style hybrid look with the big flared arches and things like that on there, and it absolutely just catches your eye, and one of those where you're like, wow, that looks very, very cool, and it'll look great on your shelf. So although I don't like the tyres, from a kit point of view and looking at it, it's an absolute must.